Thought you called them corn chips.
That is incorrect, Mr. Wright. I appreciate your help.
Didn't you bump into him at Crossroads?
I did not.
Didn't you drop his stuff on the ground?
I don't think I have. Sometimes I have arthritis in my hands.
I thought you threw his stuff on the ground.
I sometimes can't grip things very well.
I understand.
But after that, that gives me a chance to escape. Because the Eclipso and Wade start to have words.
Okay.
And then from the outside of the ring, the Colonel says to Eclipso, hey, I'm going to challenge you to a tag team match at the next event on August. Okay. Excuse me. I'm so out of it. I can't focus.
October the 3rd.
October the 3rd.
October the 3rd. This
is the National Guard Army, right?
The fool has lost his mind. Yes, October 3rd, National Guard Army.
Regular start time?
8:15 bell time.
All right.
That's correct.
Okay, so this is going to get good, huh?
So, Eclipso says he has a partner in the back, and I'm assuming it's probably, Ken Steele or his manager or some unknown veteran somewhere. And then Wade says, no, I pick your partner.
That's interesting.
So I'm over standing in the corner thinking, well, this is going to get pretty good. At that time, the Colonel points in my direction and says, your partner will be the Flo.
The Fool. The Fool.
Oh, my goodness.
The Fool.
Wait a minute.
So, Carl.
Wait, are you getting in the ring? I mean, for real, not just to talk, but you're going to fight.
As I've said before, I am not a competitor in ACW.
The Fool.
But for some reason, the Colonel wants to take some serious repercussions on me. And as a result...
You should have thrown the referee at him, because he actually made the decision, I'm thinking. Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of people need to take repercussions on the Fool. As much running of the mouth as he's done in the last few months, come on now.
Especially you, Jamie Wright. I mean, he's always on your case every time.
When you're stomped on the ground later on October 3rd, I hope that nobody comes up and, just puts a little extra hurt on you.
Sometimes I get ahead of my thoughts sometimes and say things without thinking.
Once again, with a head like that, I can understand why.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
Oh.
But to make things worse, I told Wade that I am not a competitor. I declined. I said, no, I'm not doing it. And
what's to say in your contract, though?
But what happened next is he got me over in the corner and he kicked me.
Oh.
Kicked me in the stomach. I got 2 cracked ribs. That I don't know how I'm going to wrestle.
Oh, good. I hope he didn't kick you in the shins, because that would be...
No. And then he throws me down to the mat. My glasses go flying across the ring. They're all bent up. I got to go to Dr. Angle to get them fixed, and I'm in a bad situation here.
Well, you fixed them nice, though. They look good now. They look even.
Well, he does a good job.
Okay. That's Dr. Angle over there.
So now I'm in this wrestling match, and I don't know what to do. I've never done a suplex or a body slam. I don't know what any of that stuff is. I just know how to call it from the table. Sometimes I don't do a good job at that either, voice. Do I?
I mean, that's apparent. That's why I'm sitting here with you right now.
That's why the voice is here tonight.
I was going to say, what voice? So does this mean... it just sounds very serious.
Carl, is I'm in trouble. I need some help.
Flo, you don't know the difference between a wrist lock and a wristwatch.
I know.
I mean, this is going to be bad for you, but this is going to be great for me.
Well, this is entertainment.
I'm going to enjoy that.
This will be good entertainment, I think.
And I believe I just heard him say he needed some help.
Oh.
You've needed help for a long time.
So what kind of help you looking for?
All right, Carl. I have come tonight on this radio show to plead and to apologize for anything I've said in the past.
Oh, my goodness.
I need help from someone.
I've heard it all now.
I'm tagged with Eclipso. He just laughs at me when I call him. He just laughs at me. He won't do anything. The only person I know in Franklin County, there's 2 people that I know that wrestle. Well, 3 now. One of them is Big Yellow.
Okay.
And one of them sitting right beside me right now.
Well, there you go. I think I think he's putting out a hand.
Hey, Fool. Fool, never. Not in this lifetime. As much junk as you tried to create between myself and my tag team partner, and as a matter of fact, the last time you were on the show, I believe you called me a caboose. If I'm not mistaken, you said...
I think I do remember that.
You said Big Yellow ushered the punishment.
Here.
Yeah, and I was the caboose.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Now, who's on the train tracks now looking up for help?
You ever watch the cartoons where the person is tied to the tracks?
Yes.
That's me right now. And here comes the Colonel, and Private Robbie Lynn running over me.
Well, you know what?
I need somebody to get those ropes off of me so I can at least be respectful.
Hey, fool, I tell you this, because you talk way too much tonight anyway. We need to move on. You've talked way too much.
You know, I don't know if he's still alive, but you could get lessons in running from Bobby Heenan.
Be glad that it's Spud and Robbie Lynn and it's not the Ebony Express, because when we come across the tracks, there's no going back.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Bobby the Brain Heenan. The Flow kind of reminds me of him. His nickname back in the day was the Weasel.
With the hair? Oh, really?
Yes.
With the hair?
The Weasel. And the Flow is trying to weasel his way out of this predicament that he's gotten himself into. And I think what needs to be done right now, if you really want Mr. Jamie Wright's forgiveness as badly as I think you do,
but this is gonna be something. This is gonna really be something good.
I believe you should get up off this seat, get on your knees, and beg for forgiveness and kiss the feet of Jamie Wright.
That would go a long way, I'm thinking, towards making this right. Right.
I mean, even if he doesn't forgive you, it'll still be funny, and I'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And so are the viewers and listeners out there.
Yeah, I don't see any way out of this for you. It just you said there was a third person you know in Franklin County, though. Who's that third person? Just for my
hey, fool, shut up. I'll take this over right now, because once again, you talked way too much tonight. My brother, the Golden Boy, Yellow Wright, Tony Wright, just made his debut on ACW Wrestling this Saturday. He did a phenomenal job.
Oh, wow.
He held his own in the ring, took over the match, had some struggles, fought back, and performed well with his tag team partner of this weekend was Hillbilly Helbert.
Oh, my goodness. So there's a legacy going on here.
Yeah, they actually went against the Masked Mauler and Eddie Loco. And ended up faring out well. My brother held his own in the ring, yeah.
And I believe your brother secured the pin in that match.
Indeed he did.
Excellent.
Indeed he did.
Yes, he secured a very excellent roll-up.
Excellent.
And he probably doesn't have as much against you as Mr. Wright here does. So that
could be right, but I know that the great Jamie Wright would have taught him the correct moves. So that's true. It's just a brother thing, you know what I'm saying?
I did. He and I have been training long and hard for many years together, and Big Yell and I worked with him before he got in the ring, and he trained well for this match. So he had an excellent debut. I'm very proud of him.
Wow, great.
Tony he executed a lot of poise in his first match. A lot of guys, they get out there, they're really nervous from the get-go, and Tony was not like that at all. It seemed like he had been in there for 5-10 years wrestling in the ring, and this was his first professional match. So if you're listening out there, Tony did a heck of a job the other night, and we look forward to your next matchup.
And maybe the Flow can prostate himself before you, too.
The fool. No training here. Sorry. No deal.
Wow.
There's a couple other events while Mr. Wright kind of contemplates the predicament I'm in. A couple of big matches that happened on the card. And one of them, the I Quit match between Ken Steele and Sergeant Jim Nelson.
Yeah. Sergeant Nelson last week, he was fired up.
He was fired up.
Oh, man.
And during that match, unfortunately, Ken Steele suffered a pretty serious knee injury.
Oh, really?
But the way the match went, there were some people in the corner of each competitor. Douglas J. Wentworth was in the corner of Ken Steele.
Okay.
Hillbilly Hilbert was in the corner of the Sergeant Jim Nelson. And they had a towel. You know, like the white towels. In boxing, they throw in the towel.
Okay.
And that was one way the match could end.
Okay. Good.
So what happened is Hillbilly was distracted by the Masked Mauler. Wentworth ran around the ring, picked up Hillbilly's towel, threw it in the ring.
Confusion.
So that means right now you're saying that Wentworth cheated?
I believe he did have some hand in that.
Last I checked, wasn't that your lawyer? Douglas J. Wentworth III, Esquire, my lawyer.
I believe that is your lawyer. You might want to get that checked out.
That is my lawyer, and he...
Hold on. Yep. You want to go in there?
You
don't want to go in there.
He, for some reason, has not returned my calls.
Hasn't returned your calls.
Has not returned my call.
How ironic. How ironic, and he has not returned your calls. I wonder why he hasn't returned your calls.
I don't know.
You know, I would like some callers to give us a call, 483-9955, 483-9955, and tell us